So as of about a few weeks ago now, after their iRobot event, Tesla ended up sending out a bunch of full self-driving 30-day trials. In fact, I believe it was like a fleet-wide thing, so everyone should have gotten this. And if you are an active full self-driving subscriber, so you go month to month, it actually extends it by 30 days. So instead of you just missing out on the trial and paying that month and just not getting it, it will extend it out. Now, the last full self-driving video that I made was actually a few updates ago. If we actually hop in here to my software, you can see here that I am on 12.5.4.1. I don't think much has changed, because I think when I made that video, they had just introduced the hands-free and the sunglasses support, I believe. So we still got that. I don't think anything else has really changed. I do know that they did release Ask, or actually Smart Summon, and I did not have that last time. I have that now. I've used it a few times and it's been pretty good. Like it's been pretty successful. Now, if you know anything about Tesla's full self-driving updates, then you know that even though that there may not be anything in the release notes or not a big change that's announced, a drive from one update to the next can be very different. From what I'm hearing from people that use full self-driving and pay attention to it a lot more than me, is that we're on a very stable, I guess, branch right now, where from update to update, it doesn't change too much. However, this is the software that I'm on. This is the software that was on the car when they pushed, or when I got the email that, hey, your full self-driving trial starts now. This is the software I see most people on. So this is what you're going to experience if you are getting the free trial. But I already have my destination in here. It's the same route as last time, at least the first part is. However, after that's going to be a little bit different, and I'll get to that when we get there. So let's go ahead and hang on, because I know people are going to ask. Autopilot settings, I have it on assertive. Minimal lane changes, I'm actually not going to check that. I normally do check that, especially if I'm on like the highway and I don't want it to like go around people and then stay in the in the left lane. So I have that unchecked. I do have automatic set speed offset checked, just because I feel like if I'm doing it, then it's not like what the car can do. And then everything else through here you can see for yourself. So let me go ahead and let's just get us started here, because I think I gotta actually get going. And then, oh. Oh, there goes that. Oh, it's being very jerky. Oh, and I'm probably gonna take this down once we get done here. I don't know, some people like it when I leave it up because they like to see it in action and it get cops from a few miles out and stuff. So around here we go. That was good. Last time I put on its turn signal there, and it didn't this time, which is good, because you don't need a turn signal there. Coming up here, incoming traffic in front of us does not stop, but we got a stop here and a stop there, so now we should go right now. Perfect. Nice. Hopefully all this is in focus and everything. I also want to quickly mention, while we're coming up to this stoplight, that if you see a cut, it's just because the car is doing everything perfectly. This isn't... Oh, I actually like how it stopped way back here, because these cars tend to Yep. Okay, well, I don't want that the whole drive, so we're going to go ahead and take that down. We're going to put the wire up here, so hopefully it's out of the way. Yeah, cars tend to go over the white line up there. You can't really see it, but there's a line up. It's where this car over here is pulled up to. You can see that they're further up. Cars will clip through there, so I'm glad it did not pull all the way up. But what I was saying about cuts and everything, if you see a cut, it's simply because the car is doing everything perfectly and it's boring. What we want is boring. Driving perfectly should just be boring. So that was the cop that set it off right there. And another thing that I really like about this car is all of the USB ports. All of my camera gear in here, it's all wired in. There's the USB-C ports in the back that provide plenty of enough power to power the camera, power my monitor. I just really like it, because I get in the gas car in our household, which is not even that old. It's like a 2020, and it has no USB ports at all. It's good. It went over the yellow line right there, but when I drive and I take that turn, that's exactly how I do it as well. Good acceleration. Also, it's starting to get dark because it just gets dark now at like 5 p.m. So there will be a little bit of night driving, which is good because all these videos I've ever done are always during the day. And during the day, the car performs pretty much flawlessly. Okay, here we go. We got the green light. Nice. Perfect. 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 I could have been stone cold out in the back seat and it would have, like, perfect. Perfect. Now, before the car gets to this roundabout, I want to let you all know that we have started our Veterans Day sale at Test Stuff. Code CYBERVET, all caps, for 15% off your entire order. We have our new Gen 2 all-weather floor mats. It's the same great protection and zero branding that everyone buys them for, but now with a Velcro-like backing, so there's just no slip, no movement whatsoever. Screen protectors in HD clear or anti-glare matte. Model 3 Highlands now come with an alignment tool for the front screen to guarantee a perfect fit, along with our super easy to install RGB light kits for the old 3 and current Y, plus everything else on the site. Remember, code CYBERVET for 15% off your entire order for a limited time. I was hoping it'd be busier because it's like 5 o'clock, people are getting off work, and it's election day, so I figured everyone would be out and about, but I guess not. It's done this roundabout so many times really well. Nice. Put on the turn signal. So good, so good. Gotta take this split right here. Nice. There is a yield sign, which I remember there was a point where FSD a long time ago would almost treat that as a stop sign. I also remember, and I think it's on the channel here, that exact little marker in the road that you just saw there, the car used to think that was a speed bump and it would like slam on its brakes. So it's good to see that it can kind of tell the difference if something is raised or if it's just painted. This is really, really tight here. Nice. Good. It doesn't need a turn signal here. Still doing good. And it's going to take this turn right here before it took the turn up a little bit. I guess everyone's off work already. I don't know what time people get off work here. It's 5:30. Rolling through here. Okay. So it like went slow through. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Well, my bad. Sorry, I disengaged. Sorry. My foot moved a little bit. I do like how sensitive it is with the brake. Like the second your foot even grazes that brake, it shuts off immediately. Okay, nice. I'm gonna take it right up here. I don't think it'll come to a full stop. If it does, then I'll see if I'll be able to choose a parking spot for it to go on. I'm not gonna lie, for a second there, I thought it was about to pull into the parking spot, but it's not doing anything here. So now we are going to choose this. You know what? Let's choose this spot up here. Let's start. Let's just see what it does. All right, nice, nice. This guy is coming out. He's probably thinking, what is this guy doing just sitting in the middle of this parking lot? All right, nice, nice. I do really love the new auto park. The fact that you can just choose any spot and it'll just go right to it. Okay, nice. It's a little crooked. It's a little crooked. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Next up, we're heading to Best Buy. Why? Because I won this in a raffle. And I don't need it because, well, I have a PC and a PlayStation. I don't have a use for an Xbox. However, I don't have a receipt. For my limited research, by limited research, I mean typing in Google, will Xbox do a return without a receipt, and then putting the word Reddit after it. Maybe. It's like a 50-50 chance, so I'm just gonna see if they will. Go ahead, throw it on right in the parking lot. Take me to Best Buy. All right, it was really close to that. Okay, that, I don't think it would have hit it, but I did disengage there. I'm definitely not the type that's just gonna let my car hit something for science. Maybe when I get a few more Teslas, then I'll start letting them hit things for science, but not, this is my only one right now. Well, are you all interested with these drives to, if I was to put one of those things on the back, you know what I'm talking about, like those big cameras you see that give like a 360 view? That was a little faster than I would have went, but I think last time I stopped it doing that, and someone was like, no, let it do it. It'll slow down. So there you go. There you go. I just let it do it. Okay, that's good. Man, this thing over here is jittering around like crazy. All right, yeah, it's in the wrong lane. It is in the wrong lane. I think it knows it too. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't right. I don't think. Technically, I think it went out into the roundabout. And then, all right, this thing is driving me crazy. I think it technically went out into the roundabout and then took the exit, but it should have just been in the right lane. That definitely wasn't right, but I don't think it was technically wrong. Also, just want to say again, hands-free, so nice. It makes FSD 10 times, 100 times more enjoyable. Oh, it's slowing down here. Sometimes I forget how quiet the car is when I'm not doing 100. All right, it's got to get over. That semi's merging over, which is nice. Now remember, it is in assertive, so it is probably going to try to get all the way in the far left lane and then just camp there. Which, at that point, if there's no one behind me, I'll kind of just let it do its thing. If there's someone behind me, I'll definitely just signal manually for it to get over. Oh, this is a bad part. Does anyone else have problems where, I'm going to see if it'll do it right here. All right, maybe not. The lines widen for people getting on, and the car will, for some reason, just like magnetize to the right line when it should just stay with the like leftmost line, and then you'll start like kind of bobbing back and forth a little bit. Actually, what I'm gonna do here, which is one of the best parts about FSD, when you need to do something with your hands, when you need to do something real quick on like the screen or with your hands, and you can't pay 100% attention to the road, someone's passing us on the right, I'm sorry, the car, I'm not in control. I'm sorry, it's election day. I can't help it. Elon himself is driving. That's another nice update I like that they've done is the trip down here, bottom right. This like little trip progress bar will show if there's traffic. It'll have like little red or orange depending on how heavy the traffic is, but it's just straight blue, no traffic. So this is a very weird stretch. It says 70 right there. However, there's a 55 coming up, but no one does 55. So, which I know like the automatic set speed off or set speed is like not enabled for like highway. Like as you can see, I can manually set it. So I will override that and just put it back up to 80. Because even right now, I'm about to be passed on the right and the left. All right, it did not change, which is great. Even though it saw the 55, it still stayed at 80. One thing I do have a bad habit of doing is that when I am on autopilot or full self-driving, I like look at what other people are doing. Oh, it should not be hard braking here. It definitely did not. Okay, all right, well, I'm gonna take over because it just, yeah, I'm getting honked at. Well, that was bad. It did not need to get over. And it like slammed on its brakes from that guy right there. And then tried to change lanes and then went back on the lane change and then, I don't know. So I'm actually gonna forcefully get it over here. All right, that was bad. That was bad. Normally it's really good on the highway though. That guy's also super impatient though. And he was kind of riding my ass there. Imagine the car goes up and then cuts and then cuts him off. God, that'd be hilarious. What was I saying? I was saying something along the lines of I have a bad tendency to like look at what other people are doing while the car's driving itself. I mean, and sometimes you'll just straight up see people like with their phones like up in their face, like driving, like I guess looking at the road with their left eye and at their phone with their right eye. I am so bad at multitasking while trying to drive. So I could never do anything like that. Now there's no stop sign here. You just keep going. So if the car stops, I'm taking over and pushing it through. Perfect, it didn't stop. That's great. Okay, so right here, these cars are going, so it needs to just honestly keep going straight through. Perfect, yes. Yep, nice little slow down. Just make sure no one's trying to cross right there. Ooh, now this is gonna be interesting. I've seen accidents happen up here at this little intersection because there's no stop sign for the people going, for like oncoming that I'm trying to like left turn into. You'll see it in just a second. I would have stopped a little bit further up just so I could see, but as long as the car could see, who cares? Okay, it needs to get over right here. Perfect, perfect. Now as you come up here, and right where that car just turned out, this car to the left, okay, yeah, so this is a left turn, and there's no one here, so I can go. All right, good. Yeah, I've literally witnessed, like, in person, like I was the car behind the car that got hit, where they just for some reason turned out. I guess they thought that the people coming that way have stop signs, and they don't. It's really dark through here, I'm sorry. See, this is the only kind of negative about dark, it's like super dark tint, is that if I'm trying to record when it's like kind of dark outside, then y'all can't really see. Like if I roll up my window here, you'll see the cabin brightens up a little bit, but. All right, navigation is complete, so I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it off. And the answer is, well, hang on, you all can't see me. No, they don't, but they were super cool about it. So I've already got our next destination in here, and we're gonna go ahead and we are going to get on the move. What I'm going to do, oh, it actually wanted me to go the other way, but I'll go this way, and we'll go ahead and we'll turn it on right here. This is a very busy time, and I do not want it acting crazy. I would have definitely stopped right there for that girl. We're also getting like blinded by these lights right here. They're in like a no park zone, so I don't know what they're doing. All right. It's literally driving way too crazy through here at night. It should not have been doing over 10. But it did slam right there for that person. All right, coming to a stop and going, it's good. Now it needs to get in the left lane. No shot it makes this light. And it's taking off all crazy. All right, it needs to get in this lane. Yeah, right here, because this lane can turn and will be in the correct lane to get on the interstate. That was a really good turn. Stayed with the line the whole time, no weird jerks or trying to like correct its like trajectory. Just nice and smooth the whole way through. It did good. I mean, there wasn't traffic to really challenge it, but nonetheless, it still did good. Now through here, it's really lit up, which is good. But what I have problems with, maybe it's because I live in the US where we just have everything between cities is just nothing. So it's just really dark. But on the interstates at night, sometimes I can't even enable autopilot because the cameras can't see enough to enable the autopilot, even though I can see the lines just fine. And when I pull up my cameras, it can see the lines just fine, but it will not let me enable autopilot. Or I shouldn't say autopilot, it's FSD, because if I turn FSD off and I go to normal autopilot, it'll let me turn it on in those super dark scenarios, but I just can't change lanes. And it's the same thing on FSD where I just can't change lanes. So super dark stretches, FSD just will not let me turn on and if it is on, I can't change lanes. Autopilot, where if you like go into, you all know what I'm talking about. You go into here, you go into your autopilot settings, and you change it to auto steer instead of the full self-driving. It'll let you enable it on those long stretches, and assuming that you have the full self-driving package and can auto lane change. It won't let you lane change though, so. Oh, what is it doing? That was a very stupid mistake. It obviously saw that semi with its turn signal on, merging. Now, I'm actually probably going to slow it down through here. Well, you know what? Actually, hang on. Let's bust this baby out, because I don't want no speeding tickets. But I also just kind of want to let it do its thing, so. Throw that up. Yep, there it is right there. Full self-driving may be degraded. So if I try to turn, oh, okay, so never mind. So it did get over there. It's probably just because there are enough cars around us. But this is the pop-up that I always get. And if I am alone on the interstate, it just will not let me change lanes. Like, see right there. See, look, it like hesitated for a second as if it couldn't see. Let's try to come out of autopilot and then go back in. All right, so right now, yeah, auto steer temporarily unavailable. This is what I'm saying. Like, it will just not allow me to go into autopilot. Or full self-driving, I guess. Like, I don't have the symbol up here on the top right. If I go into here, and I go into auto steer beta, look, it comes back, and now I can do it. It's so weird. I don't know why that is. So now we got an alert. Autopilot features limited. So now the hands-free is gone. So now if I turn this off and I go back into here, see, I still have the option to turn autopilot back on. But if I go into here and well, now the car must be in park. So yeah, there's that for you. So you can change the auto steer, but for some reason you can't go into full self-driving unless you're parked. I think that's kind of stupid. But I'll quickly go into park up here and throw it on. I don't see anyone behind me, so I'm gonna quickly, there's also a car coming, so I'm gonna do this, yes, this. Perfect. Now we're gonna pull out. Well, we actually have our own lane right here, but. So now I can go back in it, even though it's not like we're really in a brighter environment. That was a good turn. Whoa, it does not need to be getting in this lane. Okay, it caught itself though, which is good. Good enough. Good enough. Now we're turning right here. Okay, navigation has not ended. And I know it's in a parking lot, so it's like you can't really fault it that much. Oh, wow, it corrected itself. Look, it was about to hit that curb. You know, I know this isn't designed for parking lots, but... All right, I'm gonna take over from there. All right, back home now, and all around, I would say the drive was pretty good. Daytime driving, as you all saw, was pretty much flawless. I had, I believe, 2 disengagements, the one being in the parking lot, which, like I said, I don't think FSD is technically supposed to be able to do parking lots. And then the second being on the interstate, which I disengaged simply out of just embarrassment, not because it actually made a critical error. My only complaint about the entirety of FSD really is just at night, and that I can't turn on FSD when it can obviously see the lines on the interstate. Like you all saw, I was able to switch to auto steer and turn it on just fine. I'm not sure if this is just a me problem because I haven't seen anyone else talk about it. My cameras are cleaned. I don't know. So if you are having the same issue or you've had the same issue, then let me know. Also, let me know your thoughts on full self-driving just as a whole, and if you think it's worth Tesla's asking price of $8,000. For me personally, this year, full self-driving has been miles better than previous years. I know that there's the software updates, which is always improving it, but ever since I got this car, it's just been miles better in comparison to my previous Model 3. And from my understanding, while yes, hardware 4 is better than hardware 3, they should be able to do the same thing, but I don't know what it is. This car just performs miles better than my previous car did. For me, to be honest with you, at its current level, I would spend $8,000 if they made permanent transfers a thing. Until then though, I'm still recommending and using, well, I'm not using the subscription. I'm using like the referral subscription, which is a little bit different, but I'm still recommending subscriptions because, well, if something happens to the car, you can just transfer it to another car. You can just transfer your subscription. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you are new around here and want to see more Tesla related stuff in your YouTube feed, then feel free to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.